A few recent run-ins with a particular issue has got me thinking that there's a critical piece of due diligence that's not being done by both homeowners and realtors alike. Today's video is for both sellers and buyers, and we're going to talk about permits. For those of you that aren't aware, a permit is a document that grants you permission to do some kind of major renovation. It's usually the city or the municipality where you live that gives that permission. When you receive permission, you have opened a permit. While the work is going on, the city will check in every so often to do inspections and make sure that the work is being done properly. And when everything is signed off and complete, then you would then close the permit. Selling a house with an open permit could be a big problem if it's not discovered that there is an open permit until only a few weeks before the day the buyer is supposed to get the keys, and it turns out that closing that permit could be a challenge. Then having the buyer actually get the keys on the agreed upon day between them and the seller could be in jeopardy, and you're going to have some very unhappy people. Sometimes closing a permit is not a big deal and can be done so very easily, but sometimes closing a permit can be a very time, labor, and money intensive process. A buyer client and I came across a property a few weeks ago that had a violation regarding permits back from 2015 that the seller didn't even know existed. And here we are 2 weeks later, and the seller is not even sure how they're going to go about rectifying the situation. So for sellers, a very simple thing you can do is check the City of Toronto's permit application status website. You'll see the URL right here. And for buyers, make sure that your agent is checking that same site for any property that you're interested in buying. The onus falls on the seller to clear any permit issues, so it makes sense for the seller to check well before they put their property on the market. But the last thing a buyer wants is a surprise, so it makes sense for everyone involved at various stages to check to see whether there are any permit issues that need to be dealt with. I'm Jamie Harnish, Toronto Real Estate Navigator with Bosley Real Estate. I want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care.